But I want to talk to you guys about positivity. I did a call today with a bunch of leaders from my company and talked about maintaining a positive outlook. And I work on this every single day. Like, I work on my positivity every single day. It's not something that comes natural to me, to most people, I think. And sometimes I fall off the wagon and I'm negative. But if you are on my team and you've ever messaged me, you know that if you message me with some Debbie Downer kind of negative thing or complaining, I usually message something pretty positive back. So you're probably like, Amanda, just be in the moment with me. And I really try not to be, because if I buy in and let negativity seep into my life, I become negative in other aspects of my life. So we're going to talk about that. So maintaining a positive outlook. So I just finished the book, The Compound Effect, like most of you know, and it's amazing. It's by Darren Hardy. So if you have not read it, you need to. It's awesome. And one chapter, they talk about something super important. And the funny part, I totally just got a message about negativity, but whatever. So he talks about two concepts that I was like, this is so brilliant. So one is garbage in, garbage out. So the best analogy and the best way he puts it is athletes. So athletes put food in their body and to hit and reach peak physical performance. So if you think about your brain like that, what goes in your brain and what is going to cause what's going to come out of your brain. So if you are, eating McDonald's, you're probably not going to have the best performance as if you're really watching your proteins, you're really watching your carb intake, depending on what sport you're playing or what your end goal is, your performance is going to be a lot better. Consciously, food just doesn't fly into your mouth. So it's a little bit easier to really think about what you're eating and when you're eating than it is what you're thinking and how you're thinking. I've eaten a whole box of Wheat Thins. It may have happened before. But thoughts-wise, you want to think about what goes in and what comes out. So you have to be super cognizant of your thoughts. I'm talking, you need to be thinking about what you're watching, who you're hanging out with, the actions that they're doing, things that they're saying, because those things are all going to affect how you think. So, garbage in, garbage out. I love me some Real Housewives of Orange County, a little Kardashians every now and then, but that's garbage. And for the most part, that's putting negative thoughts in your brain. It's drama, it's anxiety, it's all of these things. So putting those things in your brain's going to start to stew on them unconsciously. It's going to take it in, whether you're not even watching TV, but you're listening. If you read gossip magazines, you're going to read it. You're like, oh, this is so fun. This is entertaining. But after, you still are unconsciously thinking about all of those negative things. Never thought about it like that. So the big thing is always think garbage in, garbage out. Is this something that's adding to the positivity in my life? Is this something that is adding to the negativity in my life? So I have an analogy or a demonstration, I guess. And I'm hoping I don't spill this all over my desk. So he also talks about don't drink dirty water. And I was like, what is he talking about? So you totally get out of life what you create. If you create drama, you're going to get drama. If you are negative, you're going to get negativity. If you are positive, you are going to attract positive people. I am a firm believer of that. You attract how you are being. And even if you're not verbalizing your negativity or your drama, but inside you're internally like, oh no, she did not just do that. You are totally going to attract that. Like 100%. So start thinking about start recognizing what you're thinking about. What are your expectations around certain situations? What is influencing you and directing your thoughts? So your mind is an empty glass. And when you are negative, you are filling it with dirty water. This is like legit Arizona dirt. dirty water. So when you have dirty water, that just stays in there. That just hangs out, kind of stews. Doesn't smell like anything. But you have dirty water in your mind. It's negativity. So if you just keep pouring more garbage in, you're just going to get garbage in there that's lingering. But you can flush out your dirty glass with clean water. I do not know how I'm going to do this on the camera so you can see. I did bring a bowl of water and I did try this in the sink. But eventually, if you pour clean water in, I don't think I have enough water. But your dirty water, this could get really bad really fast. But your dirty water is going to start getting more and more clear. I wish you could see this. Hold on. Hold on. I do not want to spill this all over my desk. But I have a Starbucks cup. So we're going to show you. So I'm not doing any tricks. I'm just taking this water and pouring it into my Starbucks cup. So you'll get the idea, because as I fill up the Starbucks cup with water, I don't have any more water. It's going to get more and more and more and more clear. So I challenge you. This is actually really fun. It's like a science experiment. And I'm sad my bowl wasn't big enough. But it goes to show you, if you have dirty water in your mind, it's going to take a lot of positivity to flush out those dirty, negative thoughts. So try it. Take a cup, go get some dirt outside, and get the hose and fill it up, make it like dirty, slurry, and then fill it up with water until it gets clear. Eventually it'll get clear, but it's working every single day on being more and more and more positive. So the instant messengers that come through that are just negative BS that you don't need to deal with it later when you're in the right state of mind. Or don't deal with it at all. Who says you have to deal with it? If you have a negative person on your team, maybe you need to disassociate with them until they're ready to be positive. So I have some ways to be positive. So let me just get my little notes here. Okay, so being positive. So these are some steps to become more positive. So 1, you need to decide that you're ready to be positive. That sounds really corny and cheesy, but some people really like just having, what is it, RBF, resting bitch face, all the time, or they just like being nasty. They just, they just like being complainers and Debbie Downers. Some people like to. So step 1, super easy. Make it a choice to start being more positive. Start being more aware of your thoughts, because like I said, those will attract the right people that you want in your life to you. And this is so huge. Recognize what triggers negativity. Are you super negative before you have a lot of coffee? That's usually me. Are you super negative when things go wrong? Is it your expectation of what was wrong, or did it actually go wrong? Is it a person that makes you feel like you're in a negative mood and triggers those things? So those are some things that you really want to think about. Yeah, the coffee, I love it. So there is 100% a positive in everything if you want to see it. Again, positivity is a choice. So if you want to see the positive, it will definitely be there for you. Like if you are with Jamberry, you know that sometimes when we have exclusives, they sell out really fast. And you could choose to be all bitter and like, oh my gosh. But what's that going to do? Nothing. So you can find a positive. Oh my gosh, we ran out of stuff. That's so awesome. People still really want our product. Our product is still in demand. That just means that I need to teach my team how to get out there and push the product faster and have a bigger sense of urgency. Do you see the difference? And one thing I do, this is one thing that I started doing recently, is I think about, okay, So this product ran out. 5 minutes from now, is this really going to be an issue? Probably not. How about 5 months from now? Am I even going to remember that this product went out of stock? Or that, are my customers going to remember 5 months from now? Probably not. Am I going to, is my customer going to be like, oh my gosh, again? You can always flip things. Yeah, and if you aren't going to remember in 5 months, it is not worth your time now. I will tell you. So do not allow negativity to seep into your life. It's literally like mold, people. Mold. Have you ever had mold? You open your fridge up and you have a little tiny speck of mold on your cheese and you're like, oh, dang it, there was still so much cheese. You have a little tiny speck of mold. And then if you don't do anything about it, which I don't know why you wouldn't, but if you don't do anything about it, you come back and that mold is like the whole block of cheese. And you're like, oh my gosh, now there's no cheese. Dang it. So negativity is like mold. It really spreads super, super, super fast. And I have a question for you. Are you the mold on your team? That little tiny speck of negativity? And then all of a sudden, your one little post that you didn't mean any harm, it was just kind of negative. It wasn't really negative. It was just a little negative. That little spot of mold. And then all of a sudden, there's like 50 comments on there and everyone jumped in. And all of a sudden now the mold is huge. And you're like, I got a mold problem. Like, this is real. Like, negativity is like that. It spreads fast and furious. So don't let it happen. One thing too about letting negativity seep into your life is I want you guys to make a list of the 5 people that you talk to the most in your business, the 5 people that you hang out with the most in life, 5 people in your family that you talk to the most. And out of those 15 people, and 5 friends or whatever, and out of those people, pick the top 5 that you talk to and you spend the most of your time with, and start thinking about their actions, their behaviors, and are they positive or negative? Because whether you try to be this rock star and you're like, I'm so positive, nothing can break me, and then all of a sudden these negative thoughts from all your friends and family that you start hanging out with start seeping in and you're like, oh, maybe this does suck. She's right. Like, you start convincing yourself, like the negativity starts convincing yourself. So it's okay to disassociate yourself. It's okay to say, hey, I'm really working on my positivity and I'm just not feeling that from you right now. So how about we talk in a couple weeks? It's a really hard conversation to have with your mom or your dad or your family or whoever who doesn't support you in your business or whatever it might be. But sometimes it needs to happen for you to be in your positive space and to continue to grow. I forgot to mention, kind of key, your brain is not built to be happy or to be positive. It is built for survival. It will look for the negative, almost kind of like that fight or flight syndrome. Fight or flight, yeah. Both of those are negative things. You're going to fight it out or you're going to run away. Those are negatives. So your brain is built that way. So these are all things that you have to work on. It's just what it is. Watching this Periscope is feeding your mind great things. It's giving you something to think about. It's giving you kind of that positive, like, oh, these are great. So you want to reinforce positivity in yourself because at the end of the day, this starts and ends with you. So make sure whenever you talk to yourself, which I talk to myself a lot, you need to be positive. So my girl Mandy Dickey, she does the best thing. She writes her daily affirmations on note cards and has them like all around her house. But she also puts them in Ziploc baggies and puts them in the shower. So that when she is in the shower, she's like shaving her legs, look at her little positive affirmation. washing your hair, look at a little positive daily affirmation. Brushing your teeth, look at a little positive daily affirmation. Small little things will make your life so different, especially from a positivity standpoint. You can also do, that is even better. So if you are saying these things out loud, I am amazing. I am great. Whatever it is you choose to say, those around you will hear. You have kids. I mean, who wouldn't want their kids to hear some positive daily affirmations? Because remember, these are things that you learn, not things that just come natural to most people. So grab a journal, end your day with some gratitudes, maybe start your morning with some daily devotionals or daily affirmations, or even end your day with it. So remember, your thoughts equal your actions, and your actions equal your results. So if those three things are all negative, or if those first two things are negative, the results are going to be negative. If your thoughts are positive, your actions will be more positive, and your results will be more positive. Because the universe does not care whether you are positive or negative, but it will 100% respond to it. So make sure, I don't know about you, but I'm going to choose positive. And then my last piece of advice is set up a schedule. I'm horrible at schedules. Again, that's negative self-talk. But I have started in the last couple weeks being kind of diligent with trying to do bookends. So Darren Hardy talks about bookends. So when you look at a bookshelf and you have your bookends holding the books together, your bookends are your morning routine and your evening routine holding your day together. So that if all hell breaks loose and crap hits the fan, you still have something positive to start your morning with and positive to end your day with. So he does a routine. Your routine can be whatever you want it to be. I like getting up and listening to a Periscope if I have one available. Just something to start my mind thinking while I'm taking my coffee. I like to jump on and read some daily affirmations. I try not to get on Facebook when I get up in the morning, because usually nothing good happens from 10 p.m. till I wake up. I wake up kind of late. But I don't want to wake up to something negative. I don't want to wake up to a negative Facebook message, because it really does set the tone for your day. So as much as you possibly can, set the tone for your day with something super positive, and then end the day with something super positive. So write in a journal, what are you grateful for today? Get one of those gratitude jars. I always want to do this, and I never remember when the year starts. But you like every day you fill out a piece of paper and you put it in the jar, and then at the end of the year you read through all these things that you're grateful for, or that had happened to you throughout the year, so that you can reflect back on all the amazing things that happened in 2016. It's only June, so you still have half the year left if you guys want to do that. But read something or put something positive in your mind before you go to bed, because that way you have, while you're sleeping, to think about it. Your brain can kind of stew on those positive thoughts, that education, those lessons, whatever it is you're reading. Remember, garbage in, garbage out, so choose your reading wisely. But end your day with something good. That way, no matter what happens in life, you have complete control over how your day starts and how your day ends. So, be positive and try my little water trick. I promise you it works. When you're not in an office surrounded by electronics, really scared that you're going to spill the bowl of water because you're clumsy. So, have a good night. Remember, your thoughts equal your actions, equal your results. So, make sure they're positive.